So what do you make when there's no food in the house? You've got some stuff in the pantry and a few fresh vegetables, but there's no meat. So what do? First, you go shopping in the pantry. And so I have pulled out some things that I have, and we're going to see how many meals I can make. So I'm just going to show you what I've got. I've got tuna and canned chicken, beans. I have lots and lots of beans. These are Great Northern beans. I have rice noodles. I've got a 2-pound box of macaroni. I've got corned beef and a can of treat. These I inherited from my father when he passed away, and I'm not throwing away food, so I brought these home. I would not normally eat these, but if it's a dire circumstance, then and there's nothing else to eat, then I'm going to eat it. I have some salad, vegetables, lettuce, tomato. I've got an avocado. I've got some spaghetti sauce, beef stock, black beans and refried beans, olive oil and apple cider vinegar, pizza crust mix, and graham crackers. I've got mixed greens, pork and beans, and chickpeas, rice and cornmeal, a large can of diced tomatoes and some pineapple slices. I've got wax beans, which are basically green beans, and peaches. I've got a can of mixed fruit, tomato sauce, and some mushrooms. I've got sauerkraut. I've got a bag of mixed nuts, mozzarella cheese, and sunflower seeds. I've got sugar cookie mix, a little bit of cheddar cheese, half a box of fresh mushrooms. I've got potatoes. I got more than this. Carrots, squash, cream cheese, bread flour, some pita chips, some tortilla chips. We're never without these. And some almond butter. Now these are just things that I pulled out of my cabinet that I thought maybe I could make a meal out of, and some of these things may be a little odd, and some of the stuff has been in the cabinet for a while, because I buy things when they're on sale. I just buy what looks good, and then I come home and I make a meal plan out of it. So these are the things we're going to use to make a meal plan out of. Now I do have flour and sugar and salt and olive oil. I have some other things. I've got herbs and spices and those kind of things, some baking ingredients. So I'm going to go and see what I can do with these things. I have not done this ahead of time, and we may have to add some other ingredients, but this is what you're supposed to do. Take what you have and make a meal plan out of it, and then whatever else you need, you go and buy or you substitute. So this is what we're going to do. I'll see you shortly. So as you see, I have sorted out my food into meals, and I did not use the almond butter or the tomato sauce. So my biggest dinner dilemma was what to do with the rice noodles. So I went to my phone and started to look something up, and then I thought, just look on the back of the box. There was something on the back of the box. So I'll tell you what I found. Pan-seared salmon on rice noodles with sweet and sour dressing. So I went through the ingredients list. Olive oil, I have that. Salmon fillets, I don't have that, but I do have a can of salmon. So I'm going to use that. Flour, I've got that. Then the rice noodles, shallots, I'll just use an onion. Fresh ginger, which I don't have, but I do have the powdered stuff. Soy sauce, white wine, I may have mirin. I'm not sure. And then sugar. And then for the dressing, it says fish sauce, rice vinegar, sugar, lemongrass. I don't have that. Scallions, cilantro. I have some of that. And then it says a pinch of chili pepper. I've got lots of different kinds of pepper, but I'm not sure exactly what. I know I've got cayenne. And then peanuts for the top, which I don't want peanuts on my food. So I had fish sauce, which I also inherited from my father. And then I found this inherited sweet and sour sauce, which I may just use that on top of this dish. But anyway, and I had it. So it's all amazing. It's amazing what you can do when you really try. So I've got all these ingredients in my handy dandy basket, so I can keep it all together. So I'm going to show you how to use the food that you have and how to use it in more than one dish. I've got 2 pounds of macaroni. Now what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to use it 2 different ways. For one, I'm going to do a pasta salad. So I've got my olive oil, my apple cider vinegar, I've got some artichoke hearts, onion, and probably some other things. I can add some spices to make sort of a Italian dressing. So then with the other part of the pasta, I have tomato sauce and mozzarella. So I can either do a pasta bake, and if it's too hot outside, which it's probably going to be, I'll just make it on top of the stove and then melt the mozzarella cheese in, or just put it on top after we get it out. I might just do that. That way we'll save the most of our mozzarella cheese for other dishes. Next, we're going to take our pasta sauce and our mozzarella cheese to go with the pizza crust mix, and also the half box of mushrooms and a couple of small onions. If I find some meat somewhere, I'll probably throw it in on top, but if not, then we'll just have the vegetarian pizza. So that was 3 meals, taking 1 ingredient or 2 ingredients or 3 ingredients and going from 1 meal to the next. So that's 3 meals. Okay, so my next set of similar dishes is going to be Mexican. I have my tortilla chips, cheddar cheese, and when I was pulling out my cheddar cheese, I remembered the taco cheese that I had in my freezer, if you'll remember my freeze it short video. So I have the refried beans and the black beans, my homemade taco seasoning mix. I've got some scallions, an onion, I've got a couple avocados and tomatoes. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably make a bean dip with the refried beans. We'll use half of the chips, and so the beans will be the protein. I'll add vegetables in with it, like the avocado, tomato, onion, all that. And then I could mix some taco seasoning up with it to flavor it. And then with the black beans, I'll probably just do a sort of a salad with that. And again, we'll just dip with the chips. So I've got the canned chicken, I've got the pineapple slices, and some sunflower seeds. So I'm just going to make a little chicken salad out of this. I've got corned beef, waxed beans, and sauerkraut, which is just fermented cabbage. So here I've got my Great Northern beans and rice. So I'm just going to do beans and rice. I do have cornmeal for cornbread, and I can add a green vegetable, fresh vegetable from the garden, or another can of waxed beans. I've got rice, and I can flavor it with my beef broth, and we can add a little treat for a treat. more beans. I got my pinto beans and some mixed greens. So we'll do beans and greens. And I can do this like baked beans and bake them in the oven with some onion and add some like some A1 sauce and mustard, some Worcestershire sauce, and do like a baked bean kind of thing, and just add another vegetable with it. I do have some squash from the garden, so we can just add whatever we have. So my pita chips and my chickpeas, I can make hummus and dip. I don't have tahini, but I do have sunflower seeds. So, and I do have a mortar and pestle. So that's my snack. So for my tuna, I thought I'd try a tuna casserole. I've got some more green beans, wax beans. I've got a can of mushrooms, potatoes, carrots, onions. So I've got all that, and we'll see how it goes. And then I do have some salad things left over, which can go with any dish. I was thinking with the avocado to do a taco salad. We could use some of the leftover refried beans and the black bean salad to make another salad, maybe for lunch. So for another snack, I have this mixed fruit, and I have some going bad bananas, and they went bad just as soon as I brought them home. So I can make like a fruit slushy. We used to do this when I taught school, and so you just cut up the bananas in the fruit and put them in little cups, whatever cups you've got, maybe some little dishes, and they're really good, just slightly thawed. I did have the can of diced tomatoes, and so I just went and pulled out a box of spaghetti so I can do my capellini pomodoro. So now on to dessert. The sugar cookie mix, cream cheese, and I have some pears that I foraged from an old pear tree, and some nuts. I can chop those up and put them on top, and so I have a nice little pear tart. I have another cream cheese and the graham crackers, and I've got strawberry preserves and orange preserves, so something like marmalade, and I can make a small cheesecake with that. That'll probably be about 4 servings, so that's enough for me and my son. And then what was left sitting over there was the peaches, which I can add as a side to any meal. So when I finished, I had 13 meals, and I couldn't not have 14 for 2 whole weeks. And so I went back through and searched until I could find something, and it took me a little while. But this is what I've got. I'm going to do another casserole. I've got some more canned chicken, mushrooms, potatoes and onions, and carrots. I have chicken broth with lots of chicken in it in the freezer, and I have my bread flour. What I've decided to do is make another casserole. So I'm going to do a chicken one this time, and with the tuna casserole I'm going to do a white sauce with mushrooms, so sort of like a mushroom gravy. And with this one, and I may do some noodles of some sort in that one. And with this one, I'm going to do the chicken casserole with chicken gravy, and I'm going to do a biscuit topping with the red flour. So that makes 14 meals altogether, and that's a great use of my food for 2 more weeks of dinners. So I hope this has helped you. So comment below and let me know how you're doing with your food preparation, with your dinner menus, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. You can sign up below for my free meal planner, And remember, dinner's at 6.